Young Life Camp is a lot different than you might think.
Whatever you expect from a summer camp, Young Life does it a million times better.
It is an adventure for not only kids, but also adults.
Young Life's adult guest camping program gives people the opportunity to both observe and experience ministry while it's happening.
Adults in the community come to camp and get a crash course in Young Life.
The flow of the week goes like this. Kids are welcomed. From the first moment they walk off the bus, they feel like celebrities. First couple nights, they're very high energy, helping them to know that they are loved and accepted no matter who they are or where they come from.
Towards the end of the week, while the program and the activities kind of die down, the gospel and the message kind of ramps up.
Every single thing that happens at camp, down to what does the property look like, it really is very intentional. How are the meals served? And they're at a table family style for a reason. Kids not only hear the gospel, but they experience it. It helps leaders build a relationship and trust with their students. And maybe they hear something for the first time, but because they have that trusted relationship with a leader, now that translates into understanding who Jesus is, and I want to know more. Ultimately, we hope that they get to understand the gospel and they understand how much Jesus loves them.
Kids definitely have a right to make their own decision. And whether they choose to make a decision to follow Christ or not, we're still going to love them, we're still going to care about them, we still want to be involved in their lives as much as they would allow for that to happen.
The flow of the week for an adult guest will feel a lot more restful than it would for a camper, and it really is going to be a time of observation and reflection.
Well, we had no idea what to expect as adult guests coming to Young Life Camp. First impression was, wow.
My goodness, this is a 5-star resort.
My view of camps in the past has been pretty primitive cabins. And
My wife and I were pleasantly surprised to have the most beautiful accommodations.
gosh, we walked into this lodge and it is really 5-star quality. The views from here are just spectacular. We've been so comfortable.
And no expense has been spared to provide the best.
As an adult, you need to see this.
I think that sometimes adults feel like I can't do anything that would impact a teenager. I'm too far removed. That's just not what God has for me. But I think by being an adult guest, the gap is not so wide. It really lands an adult in the place where they go, kids just want to be loved. Kids want to feel value. They want to feel a sense of purpose. And all of a sudden, then the adult guest who's sitting there is going, I want all those things too.
I've had one morning here to have a quiet time devotions out on the porch here, and that kind of evolved into just a deep, meaningful conversation with one of the other adult guests about life and faith and ministry. So I've been enriched already.
I think most adults come to camp, watch and see what's going on, and recognize that they can also be a leader. They can also invest in kids' lives. They can also come and enjoy the adventure that kids get to experience here at camp that transforms the level of your involvement.
Meeting other adult guests, I think that's really beneficial, because I think it builds up not only each other, but when those folks go home, they're going to want to get more involved in Young Life when they haven't before, because they can see the worth of it.
I think if you come to be an adult guest, it will transform the way you think about Young Life back home. You will find a way to be involved in a way that gives you life. As a staff person, I want adults to mentor my leaders. I want adults to cook a meal for my Young Life leader team, to open up their living room or their garage so I can have a campaigners or a club there and walk alongside me as I do ministry.
If you care about kids, you should be an adult guest. If you love Jesus and you think that he does work in your community, you should be an adult guest. If you have any interest or questions about what the Young Life Ministry is, if you're skeptical, if you want to change the lives of adolescents in your community, you should be an adult guest.